If you are developing your own game, maybe you have to need to create your own plugins to fasten the creation of your game. For example, making an editor that could create a script, an asset that you're going to use later on the runtime. And you could find this problem when you're trying to use, for example, an scriptable object, custom scriptable object that are you going to use inside app and on the runtime of your own game, the reference suddenly disappears. Why is this happening? Why this happens? It's simple. When you create a plugin, you can make a a folder called editor. You have to create a folder called editor inside the plugin. This is the plugin, part of part. In this example, you have to create an editor folder that contains all of the editor windows and inspectors that you are going to use here on this editor. The editor is this executable, is this Unity executable where you can edit and create your games. And these scripts are only made to work here while you are creating your game. These executables, these editor scripts can only exist here. They're not going to exist when you compile your game and your the scripts of your game is gonna be attached inside some folder and inside of the executable of your game, of your own game. Then this editor should disappear. Doesn't need to be compiled because they only exist here to work here on the Unity editor. That's why this folder is called editor. You are wondering why I have to call this folder editor. Okay, the way to tell to Unity to not compile these scripts inside here, for example, this constantes editor, is placing those scripts under a folder called editor. The editor keyword for the folder name is a keyword that tells Unity this section of every single script that is below or under this folder that are inside this folder or below on child folders are going to be extracted and not compiled during the compilation. So those scripts are not going to be used on the game itself, but you have to create this folder inside your plugin folder to do that. Okay, that's fine, but every single script that indeed are going to be used during the runtime that are going to be part of the game. For example, this scriptable personage scriptable. This is going to be used on runtime as some kind of print of blueprint to create a game object, for example, character in this case. Okay, but I need this on the runtime, the first time that the game's load, to create a custom character. Okay, but I need to this on the editor to create a character on the character editor window or personaje editor window. And when I need that script to be here, to exist here on the runtime, and at the same time is referred is exist is going to be used the reference on the editor script on some editor script, then the reference disappears suddenly when you open, for example, this attack editor window lost the reference for the scriptable attack. And why is that? How can I solve that? It's very simple. As you can see here, there is the two assembles. The C# editor first passed. This is for the editor scripts, only contains the editor scripts and no more. Anything else doesn't contain anything else. And this one is for the runtime, that really contains the scripts that are made for the game. For example, the scriptable attack. But this scriptable doesn't appear here. Why is this happening? Why the scriptable attack here only appears the editor window, and here on the runnable on the runtime only appears appears this all of the other scripts. It's simple. It's because they are on different assembles. That's all. One is in the assemble C# editor, and the other is on assemble C#. That's all. I have to create an assemble. We need to create an assemble that contains both the editor script and the runtime script. How can I do that? It's very simple. You have to create here on the folder of the plugin. You have to open it, show in Explorer, open it, have open it here, no, open it, projects, plugins path of heart, and let me see, sorry, let me see. Okay, here assets, plugins, path of heart. Great. You have to create an archive called the name of the path of the folder or of the plugin of heart, but a part in this case, and the ASMD AE. That's all. Let me see if it is the correct extension. I have here the correct extension. Over here is ESMD. Sorry, it's not the same extension. Sorry for that. It's the same. ASMD. Okay. Then you have to close your Visual Studio Code. Then open and select the EASM div archive. Then name it path of card with the same name as the plugin. Okay, ready? That's all. Then apply. Then in disassemble you have added all of the platforms where it should grow the symbol of the script, and that's it's valid for the editor and the scripts of the game. It's gonna take a little. We have to wait. Okay, it's not refreshing here. Okay, let's see if the problem is solved. Okay. I think right now that we're solved. It should be solved right now, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm making this tutorial because it took me a lot to figure this solution. And as you can see, now the scriptable is recognized here on the editor window. And as you can see, the solution is cal. Disassemble is cal, path of card, and contains the editor and the runtime folders, and are recognized as a single assemble. And that's all. That's the solution for this problem. I was going to say here on this AS dim on this archive that you have to create. I'm sorry for its name, but it's difficult to me to say it on English. AS in the AF. For this archive, as you can see here, there is not excluded platform, and that's why the editor is not excluded, and that's why everything here on this folder is going to be taken and make part of the same assemble. Then you can edit them here without any problem. Okay, that's all. That solved the problem. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't compiled this to see if it really works on the compilation, but it works right now. It works here. If it doesn't work at the time of compilation, if really don't take the runtime scripts and paste it over the folders that are created for the game scripts during the compilation. If that doesn't happen, then you just copy and paste this runtime folder on your resource folder or even your assets folder, and that's solved, or your script folder, and that's solved at the problem. If you copy and paste this one here on the script, for example, or the resource, for example, then the problem is solved. Why? Because you are editing and using your scripts for your custom scripts for your developing of the game here on your own plugin, and You don't have to change anything. Every time that you change the script here, it's obvious you have to copy and paste over the script if those script is doesn't going to be pasted automatically to the folder where the script of the game are are stored. Stored. I'm sorry, I'm not don't know how to say it properly. It's stored, but I don't know how to say it well. So I say stored. Okay. I don't know where's the path on the compilation time where the runtime scripts are going to be stored, but stored. I don't know how to say it. But if you do that manually, the game should work anyway. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this, please subscribe, like, share, share, share. And if you really want to help me, make a donation on PayPal. The link are on the description and on the screen, or support me on Patreon. You can help me to make more tutorials like this. As you can see, there is no other place on YouTube or even the forums where they teach you how to solve this problem that everyone had when they're trying to create the custom plugins. Everyone just drop it and don't continue to make their own plugins for this problem. This problem really really can stop your tries to use and learn how to make plugins, but you can't solve the problem very easily as you had seen right now. Sorry for my bad way of speaking English, but I'm not a native English speaker. I'm a Spanish native speaker, but I think I can be understood. So thank you for watching this video. Help me please. You really could help me if you make a tiny donation on PayPal, or if you want to support me on Patreon, that could help me a lot too. And if you don't have the money to do that, please share, do like, subscribe, and comment. And if you have any question, please leave the comment, and I'm gonna answer you as soon as possible. Okay, see you later and have a nice day.